It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-round. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, they're excited to be back out on the floor for game number 1 of the season, and I don't think anyone has doubts that they want to send a strong message tonight and tip off the new season with a win. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate. But then certain people are saying we're building off of last year. So this is a continuation. But whatever happened last year to some of those teams who didn't.
And just before the game, the championship ring is distributed to the players by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. And a proud moment indeed for this team and their fans.
Sean Livingston. Andre Iguodala.
We've got an electric crowd here in Golden State's Oracle Arena. It's New Orleans facing the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We're going to have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for New Orleans right now, Frazier is out there with Champ. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Alexis Ajinça. And it's Hill in at the small forward. 5 on the clock. And it's Ajinça missing.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it. And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Here are the Pelicans with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Here's Frazier. Good D by Thompson.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
You look at Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet up until last season, he'd been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
Now here's Frazier. It's stolen by Curry, and now Curry running the floor all by himself.
And a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
Davis with a screen on Curry. Here's Frazier. No good, unable to end this run. Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared for the draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
He did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10", with a 7-foot 5-inch arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has to. And it's the Warriors with the ball, following the score by New Orleans.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
The Pelicans have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Hill has the open look. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Hill's got his first 3 points of the game. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, guys. I caught up with Coach Alvin Gentry. A big factor in this game, he said, is how well they do to contain the young shooter Klay Thompson, saying Thompson can really give you trouble coming off screens. We got to have all-out energy fighting to stay on his hip, and then we need to pressure on the ball handler to try and delay the pass. Kevin, both jobs are hard.
And thank you, Doris. Here is Frazier, following the basket by Stephen Curry. From deep, and another three for New Orleans. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. On the wing, Green, the tray, rebounded by Ajinça.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
There's no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
And he knocks down the first one.
And for the Pelicans, part of why they look so mature is how they protect leads. I mean, rarely giving away points for free and knowing how to close out games.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Pachulia. West comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And you know, guys, the Pelicans only lost 5 games last year where they led going into the fourth quarter. They won 38 when entering the fourth quarter with the lead. That's very mature basketball for a team that's as young as they are.
Here is Livingston. Iguodala outside. Thompson from long range. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Evans dishes to Cunningham. Outside, Jones. Kicks to Holiday. Fires the three. It's rebounded by West.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's Holiday after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Cunningham's shot is off. And Thompson kicks to Livingston. For the three. And another three for Golden State.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Evans attacking. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Gets it off. And no good trying to get that one. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Warriors lead by 12. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight. And that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
We've got Durant. Pachulia is out there with Draymond Green. Then it's Curry. And it's Livingston in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Green's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Warriors. Outside Holiday. The pass to Jones from the baseline. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Jones. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Curry kicks to Pachulia. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Terrence Jones.
Alexis Ajinça.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. The Roracle, or Oracle Arena, was rocking last season, and with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them one off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Frazier, he's checked in for New Orleans. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Shots good by Durant.
Well, I tell you what, you look at the Warriors, and they were actually unstoppable in every way last season. Average home margin of victory was 13+ points. A lot of those games weren't even that close as they let things get tight in garbage time. I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
A nice shot by Frazier.
And more on the Warriors' home dominance. Shot almost 50% as a team at home, which led the league. Shot over 41% from beyond the arc as a team.
And the basket by Curry.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Curry against Frazier. Can't get it to go. So Golden State will take it the other way. And going against New Orleans, their first game of the NBA's regular season.
Yeah, some history here, though. Of course, they won that first-round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
Added incentive in a game like this. I mean, they've got to be ready to rise up to that challenge.
Pass to Moore. Beyond the arc. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Moore's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Warriors leading by 15. Outside Curry. From the stripe. Misses off the right iron. The Pelicans have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. It's rebounded by Livingston. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Green, and it's Thompson in for Sean Livingston. And then for New Orleans, Cunningham, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Solomon Hill comes in for Champ, and Tyreek Evans subbed in for Moore. Shots good by Durant.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
Anderson Varejau's checked in for Golden State. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Frazier. Evans passes to Hill. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. It's tipped. Stolen by Varejao. Curry against Holiday. Iguodala outside. Lets it go with the 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to put it in.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Davis. They need this, and that's 2 points on the layup. Davis has got his second bucket tonight.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
The shot by Curry, no good. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. That's good.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Feeds to Varejao. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Thompson from long range. There's the bucket. Good. Thompson's got 6.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
It's Curry outside, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Warriors ahead. They lead by 18. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, what has allowed you to build this lead and get some separation here?
Well, we've just been playing hard. Those guys are tough to guard. They cut so hard. They play well together.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 12 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. His opening period tonight, right on par with his performance last game out, which was outstanding. All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Davis is out there with Alexis Ajinça. Then there's Solomon Hill, and there's Champ, and it's Frazier in at the 1 spot.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Last year the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He wants them running a disciplined, organized offense with an emphasis on setting screens and creating open shots on the floor for their shooters. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
And thinking back to the Pelicans' playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that fourth quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster. You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And, boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
Pelicans trail by 19. He dishes it to Hill. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Frazier's got 4 assists in the game. Curry kicks to Durant. Back to Curry. And the wide open shot from Green. Sinks the three-pointer. Green's got 6.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Pass to Thompson. Outside Durant. And Curry has it in the corner. Another 3 for Golden State.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Ajinça the pass to Champ. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And the first one at the line is good. As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Frazier kicks to Ajinça. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
West is checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And New Orleans also making a change. Holiday's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Iguodala outside. They kick it out to Green. There's the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. And that's 12 points for Draymond Green. There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon.
It's stolen by Jones. Makes it off the glass. 1:11 left in the third. Warriors leading by 21. Pass to Thompson. And here's Green outside. Drains the 3, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. That's on Terrence Jones.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love. But I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch four-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
Dante Cunningham's checked in for New Orleans. Evans comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but He's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
And the Warriors making a change here. Varejão's checked in. There's a screen. Here's Champ. He's covered by Iguodala. The Warriors have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. On the wing, Thompson, guarded by Holiday. And here we go. Fast break. Evans has got it. Warriors with the rebound.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Iguodala dishes to Thompson. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Thompson's got 8 points.
Sound offensively. Really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
Holiday gets the bucket. Five seconds left in the third. Iguodala, that's a two-pointer. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Warriors on top, running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. New Orleans has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Durant is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Warriors' 5. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Warriors.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Outside Curry. The feed to Green. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hill, a screen on Curry. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. And Thompson kicks to Durant. Shot on the wing. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And now, here's Davis, the fast break opportunity.
And typically, he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
It's stolen by Davis. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Evans, finished off the break.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
Champ, the pass to Hill. Steph Curry with the rebound.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Jens is checked in. Here's Frazier. Got it from 16 feet.
Warriors call a timeout.
Now now a timeout called by Golden State.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor. His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside. He can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
Frazier the pass to Champ. There's the pick. He kicks it to Davis. Here's Champ. He's covered by Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Hill. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Back to Thompson. Shoots the 3. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. 11 points for Klay Thompson.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Kevin Durant. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And here's Hill for 3. Can't hit. The Warriors go the other way with it.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
And that one's good.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
Curry against Frazier. Davis has the open look. The 3-pointer no good. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations on this win tonight, Stephen, and tell us a little bit about the driving philosophy behind how this team strives to be the most cohesive unit possible.
To me, it's a commitment, and we know that that's going to, put us in good position to win every single night. As if we bring the effort, multiple efforts at each possession, where you might get beat, but you got to get back in the play. God's going to help you, you help him. We care about each other, so we want to make sure that nobody's left out to dry, and I think that's a big factor. And we're just relentless on defensive end.
Congratulations, Steph. Great job, guys. Over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Kevin Durant.
This was vintage Kevin Durant we saw tonight, fellas. Just tearing it up. He's got the most diverse.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting...
I don't think you want to get rich. You don't really want it.